Why are people moving to the Dominican Republic? In this webinar, I'm going to discuss the 7 top reasons and give you some statistics. So I'm going to share the screen. Welcome everybody. Bienvenidos, bienvenue. 7 razones, 7 reasons for investing in the Dominican Republic. And let's go to number 1. The DR is the fastest growing economy in Latin America, and that's because it has a lot of income coming from tourism, remittances, mining, free trade zone telecommunication, and of course, foreign investments. As some of you may know, the Dominican Republic economy is the 7th largest in Latin America and the Caribbean. Recently, we surpassed Ecuador, which has a population of 18 million, as opposed to the Dominican Republic, which has 11 million. And I'm going to say for an island, which I have to tell you a quick story. I was having dinner the other night with some friends, and there were some people I didn't know. And I was talking about the Dominican Republic and how it's the 7th largest economy. And I said, for an island, you know, it's pretty amazing. And one of the guys said, actually, it's half an island, which is true. So the more amazing for half an island to have the 7th largest economy, it's pretty darn good. Let's go to reason number 2, a strong tourism industry. The Dominican Republic had last year, 2023, more than 10 million visitors. And that was 14% more than in 2019. They actually made a big deal out of it, and why not? And they chose randomly this woman, this engineer from California, who became the 10th million visitors, as you can see in the pictures. You know, like Dominicans actually need a reason for partying. So talking about tourism, 71,710 air operations. This is up-to-date information, by the way. That's 64 countries that are flying to the DR. On average, 196 flights a day. International airports in the DR. There's eight international airports. And I'm going to show you here where they are. As you can see in the map, they're all around the island. And except for the southwest right here, it doesn't have as much. But if you fly to any of these places, you know, they kind of, I'm gonna say close to each other, because it's an island, but it's still, you know, pretty big. It's pretty amazing for half an island to have that many airports. This is some statistics, and here's this website. If any of you are interested, you can go here on this website that I'm highlighting, and it will give you up-to-date information about arrivals, departures, which countries, where they're coming from. Let's talk about reason number 3. Cha-ching, money. Muy importante. And that will be a return on investment. As most of you know, the return on investment is when you divide the profit by what you invested in. I'm going to say, in my opinion, a good return on investment is anything above 5. Anything below 5 is questionable, in my opinion. I chose an example here of an apartment for $159,000. It shows here all the peak, all the seasons from peak to low, and it gives you the average. I chose a 65% occupancy rate, and it's very conservative. And that gives us a 7.42 return on investment, which is pretty good. And this is after all the expenses have been paid, the 30%, which is the management and including all the expenses. Now that I'm going to say in general, in the DR, we're talking about between 6 and 9%, unless you are self-managed, which, you know, you have the possibility that is higher than that. This is just for the same thing, just so you can see it closer. And this is a sample of a payment plan for a pre-construction property. So let's go to the standard right here. We're going to 20% down initial payment, 40% during the construction, and 40% at the delivery, at the delivery. Now this is all negotiable, and I've been able to get 20, 30, 50. It depends on the developer. Some developer offer discount for early payment, like, you know, if you have all the money and you pay 90% in advance, then you get a discount, and it's different for every developer. Number 4, good infrastructure and stable political situation. Over the past 20 to 25 years, the Dominican Republic has invested heavily in the infrastructure, and especially in tourist areas, because they know, you know, chiching money, like Las Terrenas, Punta Cana, and all these places. They have great hospitals, international schools, electricity grids, and brand new roads. Number 5, tropical weather. Yes, the climate in the Dominican Republic is warm, tropical, fairly stable throughout the year, and lots of sunshine, so you can enjoy all those beautiful beaches. Number 6, a strategic location in the heart of the Caribbean. Let's add some visuals here so you can see. I'm sure you know that the DR is right here in the center of the Caribbean, and it's between Central, South, and North America, making it accessible. Every day there's more flights from US and Canada, some flights from Spain, France, and Germany also coming to the Dominican Republic. 64 countries. Number 7, let's talk about money again. Yes, attractive tax incentives, tax-free investment. We're talking about pre-construction again. This is the Comfort Tour law. And what that means is if you buy an apartment, a villa, or something that is approved for the Comfort Tour law, you don't pay property taxes for up to 15 years. And also the transfer tax, which is 3%, is also exempt. That saves you a lot of money in terms of the 3% transfer tax and the 1% property tax. Now, if you buy a house that is already built, like meaning you buy it from somebody else, from an owner, there is no tax exemption, but the taxes are still pretty affordable. You pay 1% on any amount above $150,000. So everyone gets an exemption of $150,000. So let's say you buy an apartment for $300,000, you are only going to pay $1,500, which is 1% after the $150,000. If you have any questions about this or anything that I said so far, feel free to contact me. The information is below. Now let's talk very quickly about the different available lifestyles in the Dominican Republic. We have the beach. When you're talking about the beach, it's one of my favorite. Most people love the beach. And we're talking about Punta Cana, Las Terrenas, Puerto Plata. Some places are a little more obscure. I don't know if you heard of Cabrera, which is another beach town, but it's less developed. The less developed, the more affordable, of course. Then we have the golf lifestyle. And I think we're talking about here Punta Cana, Puerto Plata, and La Romana. Las Terrenas for sure does not have golf lifestyle, and I'm going to venture out to say Cabarete doesn't either. Chic Beach Village, we're talking about these places that have spa, tennis courts, you know, a whole bunch of amenities. There's plenty of that in Punta Cana, some in Las Terrenas, and the rest, Puerto Plata, Cabarete. Private luxury villas. I want to have one of these. I'm going to have one of these. So, private luxury villas, let's focus. These are available also in most places. And of course, they're going to be a little more expensive because, you know, they offer the privacy and they're normally bigger. Introducing urban living. We're talking about Santo Domingo, Santiago, where now developers are going in and getting also the comfort tool law approved in those places, which means you don't pay taxes again. Ecotourism. A lot of those places that I mentioned have ecotourism, but in terms of mountains and rivers and waterfalls, most of that is going to be in Samana, the peninsula of Samana. As you know, the Dominican Republic offers all these amazing, beautiful, amazing things to do: adventure, gastronomy, the food is really good, culture, leisure, water sports, golf, and nature. Now, I have to say, as a Dominican, yes, we are paradise on earth. But what makes the Dominican Republic the most special, it's not just the white sand beaches, the landscape, and the lush tropical mountains. What it makes it more amazing is the Dominican people. The Dominican people are, let's say we are, because I'm Dominican, friendly, outgoing, authentic. There's lots of color in the DR, and people are very creative. It's amazing if you're driving in the DR to see some of the funniest, crazy things. So if you haven't been to the Dominican Republic, I encourage you, invite you to book a trip. Come down and visit us, and we are waiting for you. Now, if you want to learn more about the different type of investments, I could go on, but this is just about the reasons why to invest. But if you have any questions, I'll be happy to do a presentation about all these beautiful places, what they have, what they offer, where they're located, how does it work, in terms of amenities, in terms of the payment plan. Some of them are fully furnished. Anyways, it's a whole bunch of information. But for now, this is all I got for you today. This is Nelson Polanco, your Dominican Realtor. Thank you for watching. Until next time.